So, Snake Eyes is a brand new movie that stars Henry Golding, Andrew Koji, Samara Weaving, and it's the origin story of Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe as he learns to become this hero and basically he tries to avenge the death of his father. So, this was a movie that I was not really looking forward to for a few reasons. Well, I do think Henry Golding he's a decent actor from what I've seen from him. He's never given a bad performance in a movie, even if the movie itself is bad, like Last Christmas. We won't talk about that. But the movie itself kind of just looked generic. It just didn't really appeal to me. I'm not really a big fan of G.I. Joe, like the toys or the movies that came out a few years ago. I wasn't a fan of those. And the director of this movie, I was just not intrigued by because it's just... the only films of his... I've seen a few of his movies, and I've just never been a fan of this director. So I was not really looking forward to Snake Eyes. And yeah, this movie was not good. It was dull. It was dull. I did not like Snake Eyes. I really just didn't. It was so bad that I think I might have fallen asleep during this movie. And not necessarily fallen asleep, but it's like I was definitely tired. I worked a long day at work and then I went and saw this, so... It was boring. It was so dull. It was so cliched. It was so predictable. And it was just boring. Oh my god, it was boring. So, honestly, let's get the stuff out of the way first. Production design is fine. It looks very interesting. Henry Golding tries because he's the star of this movie, and he's definitely trying. It's not great, but he tries to give a good performance. Haruka Abe, I don't know how to pronounce her name because I'm ignorant. I'm an ignorant American. I thought she was the only character in this movie with any sort of dimension. Any dimension, because like everyone else is just so one-dimensional. And there's like one funny scene in this movie that was intentionally funny, and it made me laugh. Other than that, everything about this movie is bad. It's just bad. Everyone else in this movie, besides like Henry Golding and Haruka Abe, everyone else is just so bland in this movie. Like Andrew Koji as the guy who recruits Snake Eyes. He's very bland. He's very one note. The villains are very one note. The other heroes are very one note. It's just a humorless movie, and that may be weird to say because it's an action movie after all. But oh my god, at least act like you have more than one emotion, and that's for most of the characters in this movie. The plot is just the most generic thing out there. It's the most simple of revenge stories. It's the most simple of origin stories. It's like you could pinpoint various moments from this movie and just connect it to what other movie it stole it from, and the movie that movie stole it from, because it's just been done so many times before. It's just boring. Oh my god, there's just no energy in this movie whatsoever. Again, no performance works. Even the action scenes aren't even that interesting. The action scenes, they use a lot of shaky cam throughout this movie. It's just so annoying. Like, they just take the camera and they just shake it like this. It's so annoying. It's really annoying. And it's a PG-13 movie, so they're obviously cutting around that a lot. So it's just obnoxious. You can barely tell what is happening in these scenes. And it's like, oh, that happened? Okay, let's move on then. Oh, God. Man, the action was bad in this movie. Like, at least Gunpowder Milkshake, which was not a great movie, at least that movie had pretty interesting action scenes. This one, again, just shaky cam for no real reason. It's obnoxious. It's annoying. Just stop with the shaky cam already. Just stop. Meanwhile, the editing as well, it's pretty terrible as well. They edit these scenes just horribly. The action scenes, it's Mile 22 again, where they just cut like not even like a 5-second shot. Like, a lot of the action has like these less than 5-second shots. It's so annoying. I want to see this. I want to see the action. I want to see like what they trained to do. And this movie does have actors who have trained to be like these great martial artists. Like Iko Uwais, he's in this movie. He was from the Raid movies. He was also in Mile 22, I should add. And he doesn't even really get an action scene. He gets like one or two, and that's it. Like, one of them's a training scene. That's it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why do we keep hiring these like great stunt choreographers, these great action actors, and then give them nothing to work with. Why do they keep doing that? I don't know why. Oh, God, I hated Snake Eyes. Like, I was talking to someone, like, after there was a friend that was in the theater with me, and, yeah, he was like, hey, what'd you think of it? And I just go, it was dull. It was boring. Holy God, it was so bad. Oh, man. Can we just stop making G.I. Joes? Can we stop making G.I. Joe movies? Can we just stop? Just stop. Please. This one was so bad. Don't bother with Snake Eyes. So even though, like, a couple of performances try, and there's, like, good production design, nothing else in this movie worked. The performances were bland. The action was incomprehensible. The story was not engaging. It was just so dry and just so bland that I honestly can't really recommend this to anybody. I'm gonna give Snake Eyes 1 out of 4 stars. Skip it. So, do you like any of these movies that are like based on toys, like G.I. Joe or Transformers? Probably not, but always worth. I'm just out of energy, and so is this movie. So, what'd you think of Snake Eyes? Did you see it? I hope you didn't. So, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. This is Pat, and stay safe.